He stepped out of the rented Lamborghini like it had been delivered from heaven just for him. Gold watch catching the light, designer suit hugging a body that had never seen a tailor. Cameras up, angles checked, smile on point. Another day, another million, he said to his phone. Voice smooth, confident, practiced. You gotta think rich to be rich, family. Remember that. From my seat behind the wheel of the black Mercedes parked a few feet away, I watched him finish his take. I'd seen him before. Always the same routine. Rent the car by the hour, film in the richest part of town, vanish before the valet started asking questions. He slid into my back seat like he owned the world. To the Four Seasons, my man, he said, tossing a room keycard that obviously wasn't his onto the seat. Got a business meeting. Yes, sir, I answered, pulling into traffic. The city's glass towers reflected across the windshield, layer upon layer of ambition. He leaned forward. You know who I am? I've seen your videos, I said. Motivation, right? He grinned. Exactly. Teaching the game. When you're a black millionaire, you gotta show them what's possible. You feel me? Can't let them think we're broke forever. There it was. Not greed. Not exactly. Something heavier. Expectation. Pressure. The weight of every person who'd ever told him money was the only proof he mattered. So, you own that car back there? I asked casually. He scoffed. Come on, man. You think I'm gonna tie money up in a depreciating asset? I rent. Smart money. It's about perception. People see success, they follow. Followers bring deals. Deals bring money. Money makes it real. He'd rehearsed that speech. Probably said it in the mirror 100 times. At a red light, his phone lit up. Notifications poured in. Hearts, fire emojis. You inspire me, bro. His eyes softened when he read them. For a second, the mask slipped, and I saw the real man underneath, not the character. That feels good? I asked. He hesitated. Yeah, means I'm getting closer. To what? He opened his mouth, then closed it. The light turned green. We moved. Hey, he said suddenly, leaning forward again. What about you? You drive rich people all day. Must get tired of watching other folks win. I smiled at the irony. Depends what you call winning. He laughed. Winning is options. Cars, watches, penthouses. Not having to answer to anybody. That's why I'm doing this. Once the brand explodes, I'm out. Real estate, stocks, maybe my own car line. Legacy. We pulled up to the hotel. Marble, glass, and quiet money. The kind he was trying so hard to imitate. He checked his reflection in the window, adjusted his fake diamond earrings, and opened the door. Before he could step out, I said, You ever think about what happens if the money never comes? He froze, slowly turned back. It's gonna come, he said, but softer this time. Maybe, I replied. But you know what's wild? Half the real millionaires I drive don't post anything. No chains, no rented cars. Just peace, he snorted. Yeah, right. The guy who owns the building you're about to film in? I nodded toward the entrance. Wears the same gray sweater every time I see him. Drives a 10-year-old Lexus. Tips big. Listens more than he talks. And he started this company in a one-bedroom apartment. Nobody knew his name until he was already rich. No illusions. Just work. He shifted, looking suddenly smaller in the back seat, lined with the leather he didn't own. Easy for him. Nobody expected him to prove anything. I met his eyes in the rear view. Who told you you had to? Silence hung between us. Out on the sidewalk, a real millionaire walked past in worn sneakers, coffee in hand, invisible to everyone. Look, man, I said gently, I'm not judging. I get it. When I started this business, I used my cousin's minivan and cleaned it myself every night. No posts, no flexes, just saving, investing, learning. Now I own 6 cars, 3 drivers, and I still wear the same watch I had in high school. His eyebrows lifted. You own this company? Yeah. Driver and owner, I said. Wealth isn't what people see when you step out. It's what still exists when the camera turns off. He swallowed, glancing at his phone, at the paused video on the screen, the comments praising a life he didn't actually live. What if I stopped faking it? He asked quietly. What if they don't care anymore? Then the ones who stay, I said, are the ones worth building for. For the first time since I'd picked him up, his shoulders dropped, like he'd been carrying a suitcase full of someone else's expectations, and finally set it down. He slipped his phone into his pocket. No new take, no new speech, just a man stepping onto the sidewalk. Eyes different now, steps slower. Hey, he said, leaning back in. Can I book you again tomorrow? No Lambo, just a ride, and maybe some real talk. I nodded. I'll be here. He smiled. Smaller, more honest. Maybe it's time I learn how to actually become what I pretend to be. As I pulled away, I checked the mirror one last time. Behind me was a man who'd built an illusion of wealth. In front of me, a road that led somewhere harder, quieter, and far more valuable. For the first time, he was walking toward it, not as a fake millionaire, just as himself.